So the reason why I tell people who come up to me and ask me how do I get in shape? How do I have like a great physique? How do I see my six packs? How do I lose this weight? The very first thing I tell them is that you need to start fasting, right? And the reason why I say this is because I've seen this so many times. People walk up to me and ask me, "Oh, I'm trying to lose weight. I like this body that you have. Can I achieve this? Can I get this for myself?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's very possible." Right? I always make this mistake. This was earlier on when I started like personal training, right? People will come up to me and ask me, "How do I get in shape? Like, how do I look like this? You have a great body." Right? I tell them, "Oh, it's very possible. I'll write you a program. I will I'll write you like a training program, write you like a meal program as well. Like you follow a diet and stuff like that." And they're like, "Cool," right? And I give it to them, right? They go for a day, maybe the second day, maybe the third day. And for some weird reason, like I don't get to hear from them anymore. They don't go anymore, right? And they don't go for weeks and they still remain the same. Like I've seen this pattern over and over and over again. And it hit me, right? Most people don't have discipline. Hear me out. Like discipline in terms of they don't have self inner strength. They don't know how to do something for too long. Like they do it the first day, they do it the second day, third day, maybe they are getting second day they're already getting tired. Third day, I'm done with this, right? They just quit, right? The reason why that is because they don't have inner strength. They haven't built a good relationship with self, which is ultimately discipline, right? Hear me out, right? This is what fasting does. Fasting, of course, fasting has all of its great benefit, right? It will help you. Fasting is basically just intentionally controlling your calorie intake, the time you eat, when you eat. Say, for example, I decide to eat only when I wake up in the morning. I wouldn't eat anything at all. I'll probably eat around noon, right? 12, 1, right? And I can have a 8 hour window, right, to eat, and the rest, the 16 hours, I wouldn't eat anything. So around 2 p.m. or 1 p.m. I would have my first meal, which is my breakfast. Then my last meal will be around maybe around 8 p.m., right? So you're basically controlling your calorie intake by controlling when you eat. So in other words, you're intentionally controlling your calorie intake. That's pretty much what it is. So if you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to control the amount of calorie you eat, this is an awesome way to do it, right? But what that builds in turn is that, oh, you're telling yourself, listen, around this time, this is when I'm going to eat. I'm not just going to wake up in the morning and go and eat, right? I'm going to starve myself for a while. I'm intentionally starving myself for a while, right? Maybe it's around 1 p.m., maybe it's around 2 p.m. You decide to eat. Then you go ahead to eat that food, right? What you're doing there is building good inner strength. You're building inner strength, and also the key is just discipline. You're disciplined enough to tell yourself, no, I'm not going to eat till 1 p.m. So if you do this over and over and over again, and maybe it's around 8 p.m., you say to yourself, no, I'm done eating, right? There again, you're building discipline, right? So it builds self-control. The reason why most people are overweight is because they lack self-control. There's no accountability, right? Nothing. So they just let themselves go. And before you know it, they are big, they're overweight, they're out of shape, right? This is it. If you can tell yourself, if you can learn how to fast, do this over and over and over and over again, it just becomes a part of you, right? You don't have to even wake up in the morning and say, nah, it just becomes a part of you. And if you can control what you put in your mouth, control when you eat, this the outward things will be like so much easy for you to handle. That's what I mean. So getting saying to yourself, oh, I'm going to eat around this time, right? I eat around this time, then I'm going to control what I eat, control my calorie intake. I'm going to eat only good food. Now you're building the discipline. So when it comes time to train, right? You over time you've been fasting for a very like consistently, right? Every other day, right? And when it comes time to train, you've already built a level of discipline that would help you to push through that workout that might be difficult for you to do, because you there's no discipline. You've never built discipline. So fasting would in turn help you build that discipline before you get to even the workout program, because you need discipline to get your ass into the gym. You need discipline to even do the work in the gym. You need discipline to get out of the gym and go and make sure that you recover. You eat well, you eat the foods that you need to eat, you eat the fruits. You don't go ahead buying junk food. You don't go ahead buying the chicken and fries. You you essentially need, the key is discipline. And I feel and I know that the fasting would help you build immense discipline, inner strength that you need to do the work in order for you to achieve that goal that you want, which is building that your ideal physique. So essentially, you need to learn how to fast. You don't have to learn, just do it. Try it over and over. You fail. At first it was hard, right, for me to do it, but as you do it, you just become familiar with it. Anything you do in life for the first time, it's hard, right? But if you do it over and over again, it just becomes like a normal thing, right? So don't be afraid to start. And I feel like the reason why most people don't have control over the things that their diet and anything that comes to, getting in shape, the reason why most people suffer is because they lack self-control. If you can control what you put in your mouth, when you put it, man, no one can stop you. The outward things will be much more easy for you to handle. And I think that is the foundation to building your ideal physique. Like if you want the blueprint to, to actually get that ideal physique that you want, a workout program, a nutrition program, hit me up. We can get on a one-on-one call and make that happen. But the first thing is that you need you need to learn how to fast. It needs to be a part of you. You need to build that discipline. Discipline is the key, right? And I think intermittent fasting has helped me to even quit drinking, because if I can control what I put in my mouth, like I've done this over and over again, and I've built the discipline to tell myself, I know alcohol is not good for me. I know the drugs are not good for me, and I just say to myself, I'm not going to take that. And I think intermittent fasting alone has helped me do that, because I've built the foundation, I've built the discipline to tell myself, no, this is not good for me, and I can just say to myself, no, I'm not going to drink, right? Because it's not going to help me. It's not going to help my body. It's not going to help my health. Nothing. You need to build a foundation. The foundation is building self-control, and intermittent fasting or whatever style of fasting that you prefer would help you build that. If you like this video, share with a friend, like, support, subscribe. Peace, man.